Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all our participants. We are delighted to have you here for this Skillveda session on career counseling. At Skillveda, our mission is to empower your growth through accessible, high-quality learning experiences, from certification courses to hands-on training sessions. Skillveda is your partner in skill development, offering a wide range of webinars, offline workshop, short-term courses, and training programs designed to help you unlock your potential and achieve your career goals. In today's session on career counseling, we will explore subject choices after 10th class and career path and opportunities aligning with your interest with future goals. We are fortunate to be joined by Ms. 𝗖𝗿𝗲𝗏𝗪, a seasoned educationist and CBSE resource person. With more than 20 years of experience, she has empowered countless educators and students. Get ready to tap into her expertise and take away valuable insights. Welcome, Ms. 𝗖𝗿𝗏.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Twinkle I think a brilliant platform like Skillveda offers so much of training for students, for parents, for teachers, that it is amazing the kind of job they are doing. And thank you, Skillveda, for organizing this session, because I know class 10th is a stage where there's a lot of dilemma. There are a lot of questions in us. So because they're students, I know they will not do that, but I would definitely request you all to switch on your videos if you can, if you wish to right now. But if you don't, I'll respect your privacy. That should be all right. Another thing, I would want you all to keep your hands on the chat box, because that's where we communicate right now. Skillveda has given us this platform. We make the best of it. I've been a counselor, I've been a career coach, like Twinkle has already mentioned, worked with a lot of children, schools, and I'll just request everybody to stay on mute so that this webinar goes flawless. We are already running a little behind schedule, so we'll want this thing. So I want a quick good evening, and which part of the country have you joined us from in the chat box from everyone around here? A quick good evening in the chat box, and from which part of the country have you joined us? Kota, Rajasthan. Mukeshji, are you a parent or a teacher? Career and parenting coach. Excellent. Good evening from Pune. Good evening, Pune. Punjab. What part of Punjab? Punjab is huge, Samarth. Tamil Nadu. Wow, excellent. So quick good evening and a quick this thing. Talwara. Okay. So, okay, all right. From Sagar, Punjab, Navjot Kaur, again from Punjab, District Hoshiarpur. Excellent. Twinkle I've just done this exercise to let you know that you're being watched and you've reached places like Tamil Nadu
I
and
know that, 𝗖𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏. I already know this.
so this is amazing.
Some kids from the Dubai and outside the country will also join us.
Excellent. That's
Yeah,
brilliant. That's
yeah.
very, very beautiful. All right. So first thing first, about a little about Skillveda. Where's my okay? There is an app which Skillveda has launched for the benefit of all of us, as counselors, as coaches, as students, as parents. Log on to the app. It is available on Play Store. And if you are an iPhone user, you can reach out to Twinkle and towards the end of the session, Twinkle is going to just let us know a little more about what this app is and how it helps us build our horizon and expand our horizon about careers, answer questions about a lot of things, not just careers. So that's about the app. Now we start off with the question. Like I told you, keep your hands on the chat box. So it's not over yet. What does the word career mean to you? So if you wish to unmute, you can simply raise your hand. If you wish to type it in the chat box, give me a quick answer, a short one on what does career mean to you. So I've had answers like, oh, career means my life. I've had answers previously on this kind of a question when I take sessions in classrooms or even trainings like this. I've had answers like, oh, career is everything for me. So is it everything for you, or is it just a part of your life? Or is it something that I have to decide today and today it is? Otherwise, it's the end of life. Good evening, ma'am. Punjabi district Hoshiarpur. All right. Very nice. The time period of my life in which I'm building my dream into real life events. Pratika, excellent. That's an applaud for you. Brilliant, brilliant reply. Anyone else who would want to give me this kind of a brilliant reply? Trust me, there's no right or wrong. Job or profession that has trained you for a long time, career will help us live a better life, and it is everything. Okay, it is everything. All right, we are not going to answer, I'm not going to answer questions right now. Career means to me my interest, and it is not everything. Lakshdeep, I like that thought. It is definitely not everything. There could be so many more things than just career, right? I want to play video games and I want to go car racing and I want to see car racing, isn't it? And mute also, Dakshdeep. I'm very proud of you to have switched on your camera.
Yes, ma'am. Career is not everything for us.
It's a
We
part
have
of
only
you.
one life.
Okay, I like the concept of YOLO. You only live once, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything that is learned for a useful purpose. Very nice. Career is a free zone of a life. Adarsh, do you care to explain this? Is a free zone of your life?
Ma'am, the free zone refers to that in career we can earn money and live our life independently without uh, being dependent on your parents.
Wow, so you want to get independent. बहुत restrictions हैं क्या?
No, ma'am, इतना नहीं तभी इसलिए
So what kind of a rush are you to be 18 and be independent? I want to take my own decisions. Leave me alone.
no, ma'am, that kind of not, but something uh, being choosing the career make us little bit independent than being the dependent on your parents.
Absolutely. Very spot on. I think I would want to just combine all of these answers that I've got. Career one is a part of your life. It is a zone, it is a phase where you develop career, then you're at the developed stage, and then you're at the peak. Career phases out in different times. Initially, you want money, then you want recognition, then you want satisfaction, and so far and so forth. You go on and on and on. So, career not decides your life, but yes, gives you a base, like somebody said, Anubhuti said that it is a base of our life, because career is something that you think about for not just 8 hours at your work. You think about your career for at least 12 to 14 hours till the time you are awake. Somewhere at the back of your mind, the career is always there. Imagine if I'm talking to you right now and I know there is a parenting coach here. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of students and parents is sir dealing with in Kota. So career is something that you keep thinking about. I see a movie, I feel, oh, this career is something I can tell the students. So it is not something that I'm only at work, I will think about it. It goes beyond, way and beyond your just work hours. All right, next question. What are your top 3 interest areas? Have you been able to identify your top 3 areas? Quick in the chat box. Very, very super quick. This was a task given to you as a pre-webinar activity. Have you been able to identify your top 3 interest areas? Because later on, I will tell you how to map it to your career also. Very quickly, we're running out on time. Not even one reply right now. Lakshdeep, Adarsh, quick. Samarth, Suman, Ridhima, Pratika, Preeti, Navjot, Raj, Anubhuti, quickly. Programming, mathematics, sketching, IT, coding, maths. Okay. All right. Okay, till the time these answers keep pouring in, we'll move to the next question. Do you already have any subject preferences? Now, please start aligning these interest areas to your subject preferences because these interest areas are not non-academic. Oh, Adarsh says entrepreneurship. Pratika says medical science, art and maths. It's a mix of medicine, academic career with non-academic interest. Non-medical, PCM with CS. Lakshdeep, very focused, very specific. Non-medical 2 and 3 are also entrepreneurship. Others, you don't want to work for anybody. You want to be your own boss, is it so? Please feel free to unmute and say yes, no, anything.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right. Anubhuti, PCM with geography. I love that combination. It's a beautiful combination and the world needs people like you. Advocate. Suman, what advocate? Is that your interest area or your dream job or what? All right. List 3 careers that intrigue you. What are the 3 careers that you feel, ye kya hota hai? What is this? AC? Ridhima, care to explain? I'm sorry. Interest. Suman says interest. Okay, Suman, it's rather better to unmute and answer. Okay, list the 3 careers that intrigue you, that you feel you want to question about. What is this? No problem, Ridhima. You don't have to apologize for anything. Astronomy, ethical hacking, and mysteries of the universe. Very nice. So, are you by any chance interested in astrophysics?
Yes, ma'am, I'm interested in that.
Excellent. Very nice. Yes. Quickly. Any 3 careers that intrigue you? Only one person is getting intrigued by certain careers? How do you think is a career different from a job? You'd like to unmute, you can do that because I know typing this kind of a question is going to take ages. Anybody who wants to unmute? Okay, Ridhima says CA. Okay. Yes, anybody who would want to unmute? Never mind. We'll take this question towards the end. Is it important to have a degree? क्या degree जरूरी है? Do we need to have a degree? Or can I be a millionaire without a degree? There are people who are millionaires without a degree. Yes, ma'am. Purna says yes. Never and ever, not at all. Okay, Lakshdeep, that's a very strong affirmative there. Knowledge is more important than degree. No, ma'am. All right. I love these answers. I love these answers. Yes, for jobs, but skills are more important. Samar Guleria, you have some very interesting concepts. I like that. Skill is more important. Anubhuti and Raj say the same thing. I am very glad they said that. What are skills? What is this bird called skills that we are talking about? Skills are more important. Yes, for jobs, but skills are more important. What is this thing called skills? Anybody who would like to unmute and tell me what is skill? Anyone? I wish I was offline with you. You could have been given certain rewards and awards. Skills are important because nowadays people see your capability and your potential. Others, that's very well said.
Excuse me.
Yes, Purna.
It's an ability to do the task efficiently is called skill, in my words.
It's an ability to do the task efficiently and consistently. Purna, are you an educator?
Yes, ma'am.
I thought as much.
Yes, ma'am.
The ability to perform a task with your best
Thank you.
potential. Excellent, Pratika. Thank you, Purna. Thank you for unmuting. Okay, now that we have certain answers, I would now want you to stop looking at the chat box and focus here because this is something important. I need you to know. There is certain research and data that I've brought here so that you're all aware of what is happening in the world. Research and data prove that we get influenced by peers and seniors, and that's how we decide our career. We also get conditioned by our parents' aspirations. My parents want me to become a software engineer, so I will be one. Parents are not wrong, not at all. But because it's not their job, they definitely have limited exposure. The world has moved to another space, absolutely. So that is what we need to now see where the world has moved. We have half-baked information. I have information that computer science is a huge field and there are a lot of jobs in it. Or psychology is a big field and there's a lot of work in it. Psychology is the one to go. Why? Because Delhi University, the highest cutoff is for psychology and computer science. So I will go for computer science and psychology. But do I know the future? Do I know what is in store for me? Do I know that computer science, there is a level of saturation India has already achieved? That psychology is at least a 10-year career before we start earning peanuts. That's the kind of information we have. We believe in myths, and today we are going to make sure that we bust a lot of myths rather than just start understanding, thinking about facts. Okay? All right. There are certain startling facts that I want to bring to you. Not to scare you, but you need to know what these are. First thing, LinkedIn now hosts about 10 million active job listings per month. Imagine the kind of competition we are looking into. And at any given point of time, over 20 million job listings are available on the platform. 82% of employers, they find it very difficult to find skilled talent. Trust me, this is a thing that has been time and again proven that there is a huge gap between industry and academia. That the gap between what colleges are teaching or schools are teaching and what the industry actually demands. So the degrees are there with a brilliant CGPA, but the jobs diminish. When they sit for jobs, they say, oh, we are not finding a job. And this in India is higher than the global average. Another thing, a lot of organizations, including organizations like Google, are shifting towards skill-based hiring than just degrees. Earlier, Google used to hire from the likes of Harvard and Stanford. Now they have shifted. There was a huge article online to help us understand that even Google has now shifted towards skill-based understanding. Yes, Ridhima, you want to ask something? Ridhima, you have your hand raised. Or was it by chance? Okay. In fact, there have been students who were expelled from school for certain reasons and hired by companies because of the same artistic inclination. What you need to do is you need to simply gear up for what the future holds. Now, the big question is, how do we gear up for the future? Everybody, I think, around is telling you that, oh, gear up for the future. This is what you need to know. You need to do this. You're also telling me skill is important, ma'am. Skill is very important. But how do I do this? Any answers on this? I'm going to give you 5 steps. I'm sorry, I'm not waiting for too many answers because we started a little late and we have a lot of content. And I would want to deliver the content so that you people get thinking. Step 1, understand what your strengths are. Each one of you has a USP. Each one of you has something different. You just need to understand that and know that. Do not run in a rat race. Do not be one of those 23 lakh students who sit for a NEET exam, or those 17-18 lakh students who sit for a JEE exam. Just because they're all giving it, let me also give it. That's the way to go. No, that's not the way to go. Every one of us has something different in us and you need to know it. There are ways to know it. Of course, we'll have to go a little, we'll have to deep dive in that in a separate session. Evaluate your options. Once you know what you are very good at, once you know that, okay, I am a person who would socialize, I'm a language person, I know how to interact with people, and I know that I am good at probably negotiation or maybe selling out something. Then find out your options, find out your career clusters, find out what all careers need these kind of strengths and put them in boxes in front of you. Once you have that, you need to step into an exhaustive research by authentic websites, authentic people. How do you conduct these research? First thing first, you go on the internet. This 16-inch screen is the world to you. You attend more and more of these webinars. You speak to people in that field. 10th graders, you're all almost 16 years of age, and the senior ones, the people who are coaches and all. Please get onto LinkedIn and connect with people that you feel are the kind, are in the kind of field that you would want to be. If you want to be a computer science expert, connect with engineers, connect with data scientists, connect with data analysts, so that you get to see what kind of work they do. And on LinkedIn, most of the senior people are ready to help juniors when you get onto a private message with them. But please do it under the supervision of your parents. Any kind of social media, be it professional or unprofessional, please do it under the supervision of your parents. Make sure of that. Speak to alumni. All of your schools have seniors who have been placed in different colleges. Get your hands onto them. Instagram is not just for reels. Instagram is also to connect with people. अपने से seniors को touch base with them. Make sure that you speak to them on the DMs. Then once you understand that, okay, these are the kind of careers that are good for me, and you have done your research, start developing your skill set. Anybody who wants to do psychology has to be a people's person. Anybody who wants to do medicine has to work very hard. No doubt about that. Has to have a lot of perseverance, a lot of standing man hours, a lot of emotional intelligence and emotional balance, because there are cases of death on table. So anybody who wants to get into computer science has to know that research has to be your thing. You will have to sit on a laptop and work long hours. Anybody who wants to get into finance and understood that, okay, money is my thing, needs to understand what stock market is all about, what SIPs and mutual funds and banking is all about. So develop your skill set accordingly. You don't have to do everything. Now that you're in 10th grade, you don't have to do everything. I'll do debating also, I'll do dance also, I'll do singing also. No, stop there. There is a funnel that we make. Top of the funnel, 8th grade, you do everything. 9th grade, start filtering. 10th, develop only certain things. You are hard pressed on time. You have your boards coming in. So your skill set has to start developing now in the niche areas. And you have to plan very strategically. 10th grade, you should be ready with, by the end of it, you should be ready with what subjects you want. How do you plan your next 11th and 12th? What kind of exams do you have to appear for? There are a lot of exams that you will be able to give in 11th grade, like SAT, like ACT, like design exams. You could give mock exams with a lot of coaching institutions. You have to make your portfolio. So you have to be very strategic about how you develop your skill set and make sure that your timeline is set. That is what is a 5-step process of knowing what to do and how to do it, because nobody talks about how do I do it. What is something everybody will tell you? Oh, you have to do this. You have to develop your skill set. You have to make sure you communicate. You have to work on your soft skills. But how do I do it? Nobody will tell you. The whole plan my career thing is about discovering, exploring, choosing a direction so that you stop moving around in different directions, making sure that you achieve short goals, joining workforce as in doing internships and externships. For high school students, there are internships, there are externships available, there are volunteering activities available. Please make sure you do this, and then you continue to develop this. Now, this is a thing that I would want you to see. सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन होता है, how do I choose my subjects? Any answers to this? I've shown you this on screen, but I still want your opinion on it. These people who told me that I want to do PCM with CS and I want to do what all was this? I'm just going PCM with geography, entrepreneurship, medical science, art and maths. Any idea on how and why you choose your subjects? First option, I know my long-term goal. How many of you know your long-term goal? Can you just raise your hands? Students here, how many of you know your long-term goal? One hand. I only see one hand. Two hands. Okay, three. Now, for the people who know their long-term goal, please ensure with yourself, not for anybody else, that your long-term goal is not based on any preconceived notions, that it is a well-thought, well-researched option. Please make sure of that. Once you know your long-term goal, you want to be probably in the finance sector or want to be a CA, you backtrack your options. Backtrack in the sense, you say that, okay, to be here in the corporate world, I need to have this degree in my graduation. I need to develop these skills. And then for that particular thing, I need to have these subjects. Please understand, there are certain careers which have subject mandates. Mandates as in you cannot possibly sit for JE if you are not studied PC and M. This is a well-known fact. But there are universities which will give you a BTech without PCM, with only maths. So you have to find out your options, which one works best for you, and backtrack your goals and your steps. Okay? The other option is, I don't know my long-term goal. I really don't know what I have to do. I have no idea. Then what do I do? Then I start by the process of elimination. So there have been times I have spoken to children and they said that, ma'am, I have no idea and I don't intend thinking about it right now. But I just know I don't want to study these subjects. These are certain subjects I just don't want to study. That is the process of elimination. So we make sure that in 11th and 12th, these children get the kind of subjects that they wanted to study. And then we make all career options out of that. Right? Any questions till here? Any questions, all of you students? Okay. Moving forward. Obviously, there are three options that we have in India. There is a science and a commerce and a humanities option, right? First, let's touch upon the science options. Do you think medical and non-medical are the only two streams that we can think about from science? Yes, no. What mistakes we should avoid? Samarth, we'll take your question toward the end. Good questions. What all mistakes should we avoid? So first we touch upon the medical subjects. Obviously they are physics, chemistry and biology with any fifth subject combination. I'm going to discuss these fifth subject combination in detail. Then we see the non-medical options where we have PCM with a fifth subject. There are cases where students have not taken the PCM combination or the PCB combination and still gone in for a bio-related field or a BTech related field. I'm going to touch base on that. Okay. What is the question? Yes. Purnaji, you have a question?
No, ma'am. I just want to answer the question. Medical
Okay.
and non-medical.
All right.
You have posed the question.
Okay. Out of PCM and PCB, is it only engineering or medicine? And Purnaji has answered that no, it is not. There are more options. Now, considering the fifth combination, and thereafter, from this fifth combination, we're going to be deep diving into certain careers. I want all you students to take a pen and paper and make sure that you note it down so that it doesn't get slipped from your memory, because all of this is not on the screen. A lot of things I'm going to be talking which are not on the screen. I'm more of a talking person rather than putting it on the screen person. PCM, there's a very obvious combination of CS, AI, IT. Anything and everything tech related is good to go with PCM and CS, AI, IT. Okay? But please understand, there are pros and cons to CS as a fifth subject. Pros are that it will give you a very good insight into what technology is all about. But the con is that it is a 70% very hard, heavy subject of theory. Even when you're reading practical, you have to put it down in theory. An easier option, relatively easier option, is physical education to it, or yoga. Yoga is much easier because the content is much less. Can you explore this as a career option? Yes. Physics, chemistry, maths with anything like a specialization of physical education can get you into sports analysis. All of these IPL teams and everything work on sports analysis only, because that's how they choose the players and auction in the auctions. They don't choose them random because I like Virat Kohli, I will give him these many crores. No, it happens on specific data, whether the cricketer is in form, is not in form. And there's a lot of demand for sports management people and sports analysis people. BCCI is just one organization. There's Kabaddi League happening. There's IPL happening. There's so many things happening today. Then you come to fine art and fashion studies as a fifth subject. To bring it to just one word, there's portfolio development through it. You would pick up fashion studies or fine art as a subject in class 11th and 12th, your portfolio is automatically ready. And you are good to go for any course like a product design, a fashion technology kind of course, or even prepare for architecture. There's lesser theory, easier to score in fine art. Fashion studies is extensive, but relatively easier. Now, when you talk about PCM with psychology, game development is an industry that is picking up big time in India. And this game development requires people from psychology background to understand the society, to understand the psyche of people. Again, UI and UX designers, people who design the interface of any website or any particular game or any particular product which is tech related. It has to be appealing to people, right? And it will be appealing only when you understand people. PCM with legal studies, there's cyber crime happening. But sorry, people who are in the cyber law or space law are very minimum. And there's a huge demand for people in cyber law. So please look at that. Okay, Anubhuti, please hold that thought. I'm going to answer all the questions towards the end. PE is physical education. All right. Now we come to fifth subject options with physics, chemistry, and biology. Psychology. Somebody who wanted to be a doctor with all his heart, but could not become one because he tried for NEET, and NEET happens to be a very tough exam, not because of the content, but because of the competition. There are some 23-24 lakh students sitting for just 1 lakh seats, less than 1 lakh seats. Now the government has come up and now they're saying that they'll have more seats in the medical colleges and establish more medical colleges and everything. But whenever it happens, it happens. Hasn't happened right now. Even the private colleges, they do not have as many seats and they are very, very expensive. I do not recommend private colleges, not for an MBBS. Now, when you're talking about psychology, anybody who wanted to be in the hospital setup can pick up clinical psychology, rehabilitation psychology, or neuropsychology and be in the same hospital setup. So psychology happens to be that one big weapon that you have and you can move forward with it. Again, with physical education and yoga, anybody who wants to get into physiotherapy. Now, sports physiotherapists are in huge demand because everybody gets hurt and everybody wants to be back in form. So every team has a physiotherapist and a psychologist on board, and they are paid very well, and of course they get to travel with the team everywhere that they go. Explore that option. With fine art and fashion study, all that you do is less theory, more on portfolio, that's it. With computer science, artificial intelligence, and IT, please note there are BTech courses that are available to physics, chemistry, and biology students, non-math students. There are BTech courses available in fields like biotechnology, bioinformatics, biomedical engineering, where maths is not a mandate. The students do not apply for JEE and they can do a BTech irrespective of physics, chemistry, and biology. So if maths is not your thing, but you still dream of doing a BTech, please go for it. Okay. Now again, physics, chemistry, bio with legal studies, hospital administration, and medical legal fields. They are huge in demand. Huge demand for these two fields. Hospital administration people are the ones who run the hospital actually. Right? Now we move on to your certain myths that I'm going to bust here. PC and PCB cannot be only related to medical and non-medical. There are technology related courses without having studied physics and chemistry. There are certain students of mine who are doing data science without having studied physics and chemistry, but only maths. So if you think these three subjects together are very content heavy, please go easy on yourself. There's no harm in it. Another question some students ask me is that, ma'am, if I don't want to get into a tech related field, is it wrong to take a PCM? No, it is not wrong. PCM is a bent of mind. It is analysis. It is training of the brain. It is not about just technology, and that is the reason PCM. PCM is equal to BTech CS is not the thing. Is maths mandatory for tech oriented fields? Like I just said, there are biotech, BTechs, there are biomedical engineering courses that are available to medicine people. And maths is not mandatory. And without biotech, doctors can't do anything. Not much. Not anything, but not much. Okay, students who choose PCB and PCM and can they still go for business and law? Yes, they can. I have had students do PCB. By the time they were in 12th, they came down to me and broke down and said, I don't want to do PCB anymore. So I just told them to clear their 12th and side by side prepare for a lot of IP MAT kind of exams or CLAT kind of exams and crack them. Your PCM does not become redundant if your JE is not cleared. Like I said, PCM is a baseline for a lot of careers. So do not think that JE is equal to PCM. If I don't crack JE, my life is done. So don't think that. There are a lot of options in the world. Do PCB students end up spending long years of study? That is a thing that all the medical doctors are told, right? Yes, medicine and psychology are two careers where you end up spending a lot of time studying. But are there other careers? Yes, there are a lot of other careers. Pharma is one particular area. Biotechnology is another area. There are a lot of other areas. Now we come to commerce. Or most of the schools will offer this kind of a combination where accounts, business studies, and economics stay as it is. And the fifth subjects can either be maths or it could be a non-math subject like entrepreneurship or legal studies or anything else. Maths happens to be important because it is a mandatory subject for economics to be continued. Okay? Though it is not a mandatory subject for CA, CS, or even ACCA. So please remember, if you are not good at maths, rather than spoiling your scores and ruining your life for 2 years and being a part of that thing of, doing maths and not scoring and still doing maths, please avoid it. It is mandatory for economics and BCom kind of courses, but not others. Anything like law, media studies, business management or administration, any kind of professional courses. In fact, even IIMs do not have a mandate of maths in their 5-year BBA MBA integrated degree. Only a couple of IIMs which are new ones, as in Amritsar has launched a bachelor's degree. That says, Amritsar says that, okay, maths has to be a mandatory subject. Apart from that, no other institution will say that maths is mandatory. If higher maths seems very challenging, please do not go for maths. Right? These are the career options which are way beyond just CA and ACCA that we have been thinking all our life. Tax consultants, corporate and governance law, business management and administration. Don't do a BBA just from anywhere. Please do it with a specialization. Banking, investment analysis, finance and accounting. There is a field called fraud investigations. Please look into this vocabulary. I want you all to do a little research on your own. Okay, let me just see I have a confusion. Ma'am, can we switch to IB board 11th and 12th? Adarsh, good question, and I will definitely answer. All right, before we'll just finish up with the humanities first. So humanities is a subject combination where you could really play with a lot of subjects. There are certain schools, like the schools I have always worked with and I have offered subjects, I have given them multiple subject options. Pol Science with maths and psychology and economics. Pol Science with legal studies and maths. The legal studies with sociology and psychology. These are combinations that can be really good for humanities students. And it happens to be one of the most lucrative career options. This is one particular screen that I really want you all to take a screenshot. I would definitely suggest that you take a screenshot so that you understand what pol science, psychology, and sociology will lead to, what eco-pol science and history will lead to. So something like policy making, civil services, IR, the best subject combinations for them. Something like sociology, psychology together can lead you to social work, can lead you to counseling, to media and communication, to academia. Something like history and psychology and political science. It's great for UPSC aspirants. Is absolutely great. So I'm not going to dive too much into this, but okay, I will just answer all these questions that are coming in the chat box. Twinkle ma'am, we'll have to just keep a few minutes for answering questions in the chat box at the end.
Yes. Okay.
Because I'm glad children are asking. All right. Just a few points that I want you to note when it comes to humanities subject combinations. If you want a career in economics, you don't want to study accounts and business studies, please opt for political science and maths. Maths is a mandate whenever it comes to economics. Psychology, especially if it is study abroad or research oriented psychology, please go for maths. If it has to be a career in data science or cyber law, it is important for you to have studied computer science so that you know what the nitty-gritties are. And for portfolio based careers, which are like fashion design, product design, interior design, please make sure that you have the easiest subjects because portfolios take time, a lot of investment of time. Again, certain myths that I want to bust for humanities students. No, it is not true that the ones who score low are the ones who take humanities. Not anymore. I have had my topper students score the best of marks and still go for humanities students. There is no limitation of career options for humanities. Gone are the days when people used to say, take science, you'll be in a safe space. No safe space anymore because humanities is as important and a lot of colleges will expect you to have studied that subject in 11th and 12th if you want to do that subject in your BSc or your BA. And they do not pay less. Do you think UN kind of organizations pay less? Most of the humanities students end up going to UN or end up cracking UPSC. And they do not lack any kind of critical thinking skills because humanities subjects involve a lot of thinking and a lot of opinions. And here are certain names of people who were from the pure humanities backgrounds and they built big brands. So please do not think anything about humanities students as lower than the science students. So I'm going to take a little pause here and I'm going to hand over the entire screen to Twinkle ma'am to just talk about the app and then we will continue.
Yeah, thank you, Sheetalji.
Yes, ma'am. All yours.
I will just give a brief about Skillveda app. Skillveda app is created to bridge the gap between those who have expertise and those who want to access it. Skillveda app is a platform designed to bring experts and learner into the same environment that makes education feel engaging, community driven and accessible. For students, Skillveda app offers a guided, enjoyable way to actually develop skills, not just consume information. Students can explore topics at their own pace, participate in the discussions, ask questions, and connect with the educators who share their interest. Learning becomes social, collaborative, and genuinely transformative instead of passive and isolating. Skillveda is not just an app, it's a foundation for how modern skills will be taught, shared, and mastered. Let me give a brief introduction of the app.
Twinkle ma'am, do you want me to unshare my screen? Are you sharing the
Yeah,
screen?
please. Yes, please. Yes.
Please go ahead.
Now you can see my screen. My screen is visible to all.
Yes, ma'am, it is now.
Yeah, I just want to give a small introduction about Skillveda app. It is a future of learning. It will give you instant learning and consultation platform. It bridges the gap between the doubt and clarity. It will connect with the verified expert educators in real time and it will be support anytime anywhere. It will be available 24 into 7 and you can download it from the Play Store and for iOS we will share the APK file with you. The app will give you a option of ask a tutor. You can have an instant doubt solving connection with an expert within 60 seconds, anytime, anywhere. And it will be a one-to-one learning. It will be have a personalized interaction via high quality video, audio, chat for deep understanding. You can call the person also, tutor also. You can have a video chat also with the person. And these educators are verified by Skillveda, and they are mostly the CBSE resource person. They will be giving you a exam support also, specialized guidance for school, college curriculum. We will be giving you a professional trainings also. There will be a multi-subject help. There will be comprehensive academic assistance to every subject for all classes. And the benefits of the Skillveda app is you can have an instant doubt resolution. The verified expert educators and learning anytime, anywhere, 24 into 7 access to academic assistant. There will be no time limit. There will be no, you can connect with the educator. Yes, Sheetalji. I have given a brief idea about the app. And we have given a small name of the app. This is Query Buddy. It's your friend like app. So we have given the name of the app as a Query Buddy app.
That's a very cute name, I must say that.
And
It's a very, very cute name.
Preeti ji is there. She is the principal of a school also in Pune. And actually, she has given this name to our app.
Very
Preeti ji,
nice.
are you there? Yeah, Sheetalji, she will connect it later on. You can continue, please.
All right. I think these kind of apps are very important today because we have so many questions, and let's stop relying on Google for everything or ChatGPT for everything.
And nowadays, 24 into 7, there is no education app in India, at least as far as we know, which is
And
available.
as it is, this is an app where learned people are replying. It is not ChatGPT
Yeah,
just
exactly.
gathering information
It's not
from any
hard.
unauthentic source.
And you can, and YouTube, and they can just give you the information. If you have any doubt, they can't solve your doubts actually.
Absolutely.
One-to-one personalized, they can't solve your doubts also.
Absolutely. All right. Let's continue here.
Yeah.
Now, until now, I just talked about if somebody wants to take science or or commerce or humanities. What if I don't like any particular subject combination? I don't like to study at all. Are there any non-academic careers for me? That was a student like me. I did not like too many subjects. I did not like to study in school. There are a lot of careers in today's date. In fact, your generation is very privileged to have a problem of plenty, where you have so many career options that you actually don't know what to choose. Journalism and advertising does not require any subject. Content creation, social media management, PR, management consultants, graphic designers, digital marketing people, fashion industry, obviously all performance based industry. In fact, even law, CS, CA does not require a particular subject combination. Anything to do with performing art, visual arts, filmmaking and media, entrepreneurship and culinary arts. Please do not think that filmmaking and media is only for people who already have a name in the film industry. With the coming in of OTT, a lot of people are getting work. People whom we have never heard of are getting such good work. Culinary arts, food stylist and food flavorist, stock market professionals. You don't need a degree at all, in fact. Makeup artists, soft skill trainers and image stylists. There are companies and organizations which charge a big bomb amount of money because they want to style you and they want to do your image makeover. Hotel, hospital and event management. Again, a huge field of work. Event management people are making so much money today that it's really amazing. Travel and tourism industry. It's again one industry that's booming today. Please make sure that you're able to get your information onto this and you're able to work your way if you don't like studying too much. All right. Now we move next. A few important tips for you to remember when you're taking a non-academic career. Even non-academic careers have degrees. Why do I need a degree? I just said you don't need a degree for that. I need a degree because you don't know these careers could be high-risk careers. You need to have a fallback plan. When you fall, you need to have a cushion under you, not fall flat on the ground. And academia, education industry is always an option for everyone. So make sure that you earn your degrees. There are degrees in music, dance, social media, mass comm, anything and everything, you name it, and there is a degree in this country itself, let alone internationally. There are certain career options that have never been heard of, or that is what I believe so. So I wanted to bring this entire screen to you of neuroarchitecture. There are libraries which are being made with a purpose of making sure that the children feel excited to come there. That's neuroarchitecture, a super specialized branch. There is a mix of business and psychology where you understand the consumer insight. Industrial psychologist, organizational psychologist, prompt engineers. We're talking about AI, we're talking about ChatGPT, but who designs the prompts? How does ChatGPT automatically understand my prompts? Policy advisors and data analysts, space robotics engineers, behavioral economists, these entire automated Tesla kind of vehicle system designers, sports data economist, green energy. There's a lot of talk about sustainability and green energy and green jobs. Let's explore them. A lot of talk in the healthcare industry where options like computational biology, where we are talking about entire bio related fields through data. These are areas to explore, and these are the futuristic careers. This is a screenshot from the from the World Economic Forum. This shows you which are the fastest growing jobs by 2030 and which are the declining jobs in the next 5-7 years to come. Anything to do with clerical work will be wiped out. No jobs in that. Anything which is repeated, everything will be taken over by AI. Cashiers, ticketing people, administrative assistants. Every CEO now has apps to make sure the calendars are sorted, make sure things are done, make sure legal contracts are made, everything. Officials and secretaries, people who do not do consultations, only make contracts, out of job completely. What is going to be important is people who work with environment, people who work with data. Fintech is one area that I need you to all explore, especially these PCM and CS people. Please make sure you explore data science and fintech, two fields I'm mentioning. India has the second largest higher education system in the world. Everybody gets a degree. Everybody. Where you do it, how you do it is more important. And the skill that you carry forward is the most important thing. What are these skills? I've put it in brief because skill is not something I can explain as a part of another webinar. Skills are certain things that will stay with you all your life. When you talk about critical thinking, when you talk about empathy, when you're talking about resilience, not getting scared of doing something hard. Very clear communication. Imagine you wouldn't have been staying here if there was communication was not clear enough. Again, World Economic Forum says these are the global skills which will rule when it's about networking and cybersecurity, about creative thinking, thinking out of the box, resilience. These are the things which will rule the world. Degree is going to be a gateway to your way of work, field of work. Skills are the ladder because of which you climb up. These are some examples of people who made it big, not because they had a brilliant degree, but because they had the skills. Women entrepreneurs. An HBO CEO who did a degree in government college. The CEO of Adobe, not an IITian again. People who come from very normal universities or are rejected by other people, they make it big in the world. That is what this entire slide is about. And I just have one thing to say, that your skill is what is going to take you to the top. Your willingness to learn is going to take you to the top. So please be proactive in learning. Right. I think Twinkle-ji, I've been on time.
Yeah, definitely, Shritalji.
Thank you. I had to rush a little bit because obviously the content is too much and I can go on talking about
I
this.
do understand.
But then we
Yeah,
cannot.
we can go with the question answers if they
Yes.
have any questions.
I just opened the chat box. There were students who had given me certain questions.
They can unmute themselves also for the
Yes,
questions if
yes,
they want.
I will want that to happen. Okay. What mistakes should we avoid? Samarth Kuleria. Samarth, can you just come on screen? Okay, Samarth. What mistakes, what kind of mistakes do you think you won't want to avoid? Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Samarth, can you hear me?
Samarthi, you want to say something or any question?
Samarth has typed a question in the chat box which says what mistakes we should avoid. Samarth, avoid being lazy. Avoid having a laid back attitude and avoid procrastinating things. Learn the skill to learn. You grow only when you learn. Identify what you're good at.
I feel that
It's okay. You can even send the question later to Twinkle ma'am and I will answer it. Don't worry about it. Okay? Okay. I have Anubhuti. Can you please unmute yourself and come on screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Anubhuti, you had a confusion about what is PE is all about. Physical education is a full-on subject in CBSE, which talks about disorders, disabilities in the physical field and physical limitations and field marking and sports and a lot of it in detail. Just go on to the NCRT website and you'll be able to download the whole content of what
Excuse
physical
me, ma'am.
education is. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. My senior always used to say that P is about full of biology. Is it true?
Yes, quite a bit of it.
Ma'am, can you
PE is not
explain?
a very easy subject.
Ma'am, PE subject have job. We can get job by taking this PE physical education.
I think I just told you the subject combinations. Yes, you can get jobs, but then you have to be very good at it. So performance, if as a player, if you want a job, it's different. As a sports management person, if you want to get a job, it's different. Yes, physical education can get you jobs, but then this is a very vague answer which I cannot give you like a yes or a no. It is, I cannot be, it is very specific to each student. So that's why I would want to leave it here like with a dot, dot, dot. Yes, but there are a lot of options to it. There's a lot of if and but to it. Okay. Okay. Lakshdeep, I'll just come back to you.
Thank
Let
you,
me
ma'am.
just, all right, dear. Let me just answer the questions in the chat box, but keep your hand raised so I come back to you. Adarsh, Yes, we can switch to IB board, but IB board is a lot of research. So if you are the kind of person who reads from the book, answers from the book, knows how to score in CBSE, please do not switch. It is for people who are very good with their own narrative and own opinions. IB board is not for people who are not used to doing their own kind of research. But it's a very good board to switch if you want to go international, if you want to go to private universities. It's a great board. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Adarsh.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, is Samarth, one more question by you. Can you come on screen? Is IIT, NIIT necessary to get to software development? No, there are 110 options out there for software development. There are people who are working big time in software, never done a BTech, gone through BSc. Their skill mattered once they entered. BTech gets you better options at the entry level, not a confirmed growth. Okay? Sanchita, SCR is an exam which is a certification once you are in the professional field already. Sanchita, can you come on screen, beta? You there? Is Sanchita there in the meeting?
Let me see. Let me see.
Okay, never mind. We'll skip the question till Sanchita comes in.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think,
Samarth.
yeah,
Yeah.
Lakshdeep, you have
I
question
know.
again?
I know. I've kept him on hold. I'm just answering the
Okay.
questions in the chat
Okay.
box.
Okay.
Samarth, you have another question here. Please do not take dummy schooling. One, CBSE is already curbing all the dummies and canceling their affiliations if they give dummy. Also, you lose out everything on your social life. You stay in a cocoon only with your competitors. Please do not even think about dummy. That's my very personal opinion and professional opinion. Do not think of dummy. And all the school people here with me, parenting coaches and school principals will agree with me on that. Sanchita is not here. Okay. Samarth, ma'am, I don't know about basic, what I want to do for IIT and how should I start? Samarth, I think we'll have to connect through the app for this. I don't think I will be able to answer this
Samarth,
huge.
we have career counselors and Sheetalji will also be there on our app. So it's better you connect with on the app.
Yes, because this is not a question I can answer here. Yes, Lakshdeep, you've been waiting for long. Thank you for your patience. Yes, it is your
Actually,
Yeah,
turn.
ma'am,
it's your turn. Yeah,
actually, ma'am,
please go ahead.
yeah, after waiting such a long time. Actually, ma'am, I have a concern about my two mid interest. Likewise, I have interest in this field also and this field. My fields include an engineer or a doctor. What should I be? I have also interest in biology and I have also interest in PCM with computer science. So what should I do? Yeah, actually, I got interest in my doctor's field through my parents. My parents motivate me to be a doctor, and I can be. They made me such capable of studying at that levels. I can do mathematics and I can do every subject. Samarth is my classmate. He's,
Okay.
we are studying in same school and he knows how I am performing in the class. And I just want to know that where should I begin or where should I go as doctor or as an engineer?
I think first you should come on the app for a career counseling session, and that's where you will have to be. Because honestly, Lakshdeep, we need to really deeply analyze your aptitude, firstly. Secondly, deeply analyze your interest because a lot of times we want to be a medical doctor or we want to be an engineer, but we are far away from the realities of it. We don't know the reality of it. Doctor profession takes about at least 10 to 12 years to really settle down.
Minimum to 7 years are there only. 5-year MBBS and 2-year MS on MD.
No,
Either of
actually, ma'am,
the.
Twinkle ma'am, I'll just correct you on that. 5.5 years, including residency of
Yes,
MBBS,
7 to 8 years. That's a
three
basic
and a
thing I
half
know.
years of
Yes.
MD or MS. And
Yes.
without an MD or MS, you are actually nothing.
Nothing. Yes.
Because in India, you do not go to an MBBS doctor at all. You have stomachache, you straight away land up with a gastro specialist.
Yes.
You don't go to a person who's just in MBBS. That's a mohalla clinic.
To be a doctor,
never
you
go
have
there.
to have a lot of patience, first of all.
Not just patience, it is a lot of hard work. First, you clear a NEET UG, then you need clear a NEET PG. There is so much to do. So, Lakshdeep, we'll connect separately through Twinkle
Yes,
Ma'am
definitely.
through
We will
Skillveda,
be.
and we'll definitely take your questions. Okay?
I think we are done with the questions, Sheetalji.
Yeah, there is.
Any other questions? They will connect with us.
Yes, I think so, because now we
Yeah.
just cannot go endless on this. Yeah, I think we are
Yeah.
good to wrap up now.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Sheetalji, for such a descriptive and informative session. I hope students have some idea about what they have to take after 10th. And if any doubts, please connect with us on the app, or you can message us also. We will reply.
Sure.
Yeah.
We will, and I would like to stay in touch with all of you. Thank you, Skillveda, for organizing such brilliant webinars. I think this is this is quite as one of the series that we have been doing.
Yes. And we will be doing series also on career counseling now.
I think this is brilliant. We'll specifically take a PCM oriented
Yes.
and PCB oriented series. It's going to
Yes.
be beautiful, and I love to work and interact with students and educators. So Skillveda is a brilliant platform. Thank you, Twinkleji, for bringing this kind of a platform.
Thank you, Sheetalji, for your time and efforts and for doing
Thank
such
you.
a good session with the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, everyone.